Your functional threshold power has long been considered the cornerstone of your aerobic performance. Essentially, this is the maximum amount of power that you can sustain when riding flat out for 60 minutes.
Yeah, it's the single biggest factor governing how fast you can ride, and this is how you improve it.
The first thing to accept when wanting to improve your FTP is that it's going to hurt. It's going to take time and you will not see improvements every week. However, if you put the work in, it will pay dividends. And now that that little disclaimer is out of the way, let's get stuck in.
One point to note is while you definitely do not need a power meter for any of these intervals, you will need an understanding of how it should feel at these intensities. But we have a link in the description for a video on that. And yes, a power meter will make things easier and it does remove a little bit of the guesswork. Plus, you can more easily track your progress.
First up is an all-time classic. Chances are, if you've ever read anything about training with power, you'll have seen a session called 2x20. This is because it has long been recognised as the most effective way of boosting your FTP.
There's a reason for this. You spend just the right amount of time at an intensity that is just about sustainable without completely exhausting your system, meaning you can recover, become stronger, and then repeat the efforts again in relatively quick succession. Right, back to the session and I'll describe it to you briefly.
Start off with around an 8 to 12 minute warm-up. That'll get the blood going, your muscles warmed up. In the effort, you want to look at around a 9 to 10 on the perceived exertion scale. In between efforts, you're looking for around a 2 to 8 minute recovery. Now during this effort, you consider whatever cadence you want, whatever feels comfortable, and also your position, whatever position you feel comfortable to you or what suits the event you'll be doing. Now it is worth reminding you though, that these are hard. So we only recommend you do a maximum of 2 of these sessions in a week and only string around 3 to 6 weeks together before moving on to something else. I guess it's time that I stop talking about it and I get doing it. The second way to approach this is by shortening the effort but making it more intense. There's been an increasing amount of research that shows that to be able to boost your FTP, you actually need to go beyond it. So this is how. For this session, complete a short warm-up of around 8 to 12 minutes before going straight into 1 minute at zone 5, followed by 3 minutes at zone 3. Repeat this 3 to 4 times per interval and allow 4 to 8 minutes recovery. Aim to complete 2 to 4 of these in any given session. Now this session is quite difficult to complete on field, but it is still possible. You're looking for an effort that you can stay in for around 5 minutes for that 1 minute effort, and then knock it back subtly for the 3 minutes, because that's more of a tempo style effort. Now this is a hard session, and you're going to want to be a little fresher when you're coming to do them. But they're still fun, I guess.
Next up on our hit list, the ways to improve your FTP is the wonder of going incredibly hard, but for a much shorter period of time. Because let's face it, unless you are absolutely on top of your game on any given day, it's actually quite hard to maintain maximum focus for a full 20 to 30 minutes. So we're going to reduce the efforts right down to 30 to 60 seconds, and the total workload is 3 minutes to 6 minutes. But these are max efforts with a really short recovery. And because of that short recovery, you will be targeting every energy system in your body. So when you recover, your FTP will be going up. Start hard, commit to the effort, and don't ease off until you get to the end. One thing I should add is that you don't want to do more than 6 of these in total, and your maximum recovery between the efforts should only be 3 minutes. And that's what makes it tough. One final way you could look to improve your FTP is to increase the duration of your longest ride each week by 30 to 60 minutes each time. Riding at a lower intensity for a prolonged period of time will force your body to undergo a wide variety of adaptations that are crucial to your endurance performance. These adaptations are far too complex to go into detail on this video, but they are significant enough that you should include endurance training in your schedule. Aim to ride at an intensity known as Zone 2. This should be sustainable for hours on end, and it should also be adhered to fairly strictly. There are, however, some intervals you can look to include to further increase your fitness. And they are, believe it or not, short sprints. You should aim to include 4 to 6 sprints of 15 seconds and allow 25 to 35 minutes between each sprint. And this is because of the increasing scientific evidence that including short maximal efforts will further boost your fitness gains, forcing your body to create adaptations that you simply wouldn't get from pure endurance training alone. And straight back to Zone 2. Good luck with those sessions. They are 4 great FTP sessions that are guaranteed to get your legs burning as much as your lungs.
Yeah, they sure are. If they've helped you build your FTP, then do let us know in the comment section below, because they've helped us, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Which is your favourite?
Big fan of the 20 to 30 minute efforts.
Hard, but effective.
Yep.
If you're hungry for another video, then we would suggest you click through to that one. Now that is a video on how to train on field, and hopefully it will help with this video too if you haven't got a power meter.
Make sure you give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel too.
Yeah, we do hope you give us a thumbs up. We're worth it. Are we? I shouldn't have said that.
No, you just always like to carry on talking.
Yeah.